Y'all show your love for Amber Streeter.
Amber Denise Streeter, aka Sevyn Streeter, born July 7th, 1986. Sevyn Streeter's entrance into the music industry was nothing short of spectacular, signaling the arrival of a multi-talented artist destined for greatness. Born Amber Denise Streeter in Haines City, Florida, her journey began early with her passion for music evident from childhood. She first gained attention as part of the girl groups TG4 and RichGirl, honing her skills as a performer and songwriter. While these groups eventually disbanded, Sevyn's ambition and talent propelled her forward, setting the stage for a promising solo career. Her transition from group member to solo artist wasn't immediate, but was marked by pivotal milestones. Behind the scenes, Sevyn quickly became one of the industry's go-to songwriters, penning hits for some of music's biggest names. Her works on tracks like Chris Brown's Yeah 3 Times and Fine China, Ariana Grande's The Way, and Tamar Braxton's All the Way Home showcased her ability to craft melodies and lyrics that resonated with audiences worldwide. This behind-the-scenes success earned her industry respect and set the foundation for her solo endeavors. In 2013, Sevyn stepped out from the shadows with her debut EP, Call Me Crazy, but the project was a critical and commercial success, strengthened by the breakout single It Won't Stop featuring Chris Brown. The track reached #1 on the urban charts and went platinum, marking Sevyn as a rising star in the R&B world. Her sultry vocals, emotional depth, and relatable lyrics set her apart in a crowded industry, creating high expectations for her future. She continued to build on this momentum with projects like Shoulda Been There Part 1 in 2015 and her debut album Girl Disrupted in 2017. These releases featured collaborations with top-tier artists such as Ty Dolla $ign, Jeremiah, and Dej Loaf, further solidifying her reputation as a versatile and gifted artist. However, despite her evident talent and initial success, Sevyn's career trajectory began to falter. Her presence on the charts waned, and her visibility in the industry diminished, leaving fans and critics wondering what went wrong. The story of Sevyn Streeter's career is a compelling mix of triumphs and setbacks. While her talent and contributions to music are undeniable, her journey highlights the challenges artists face in sustaining success in an ever-changing industry. In this feature, we'll delve into her early history, her undeniable impact as a songwriter and performer, and 3 key reasons her career didn't reach its full potential. This isn't just a feature of what could have been, but also reflects the complexities of navigating the music industry and maintaining relevance in a competitive landscape. What happened to Sevyn Streeter? Let's talk about it. Salute to Twin on IG for this request. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth Music. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next. Sevyn Streeter is a singer and songwriter from Haines City, Florida, whose journey in music began early. As a teenager, she was a member of the girl groups TG4 and RichGirl, both of which showed promise but ultimately disbanded. Despite these setbacks, Sevyn honed her craft during these formative years, learning the ropes of the music industry. Her breakthrough came as a songwriter, penning hits for artists like Chris Brown, Yeah 3 Times, and Fine China as mentioned, Ariana Grande The Way, and Tamar Braxton All the Way Home. Her ability to craft relatable and catchy songs not only earned her respect in the industry, it was the key to unlock her own dreams as a solo artist. In 2013, she stepped into the spotlight with Call Me Crazy, but the EP's lead single It Won't Stop was a certified hit, showcasing her potential as a lead artist. It reached #1 on the urban charts and went platinum. Her follow-up project Shoulda Been There Part 1 2015 and her debut album Girl Disrupted 2017 were well received but did poorly on the charts, the latter debuting at 92 on the Billboard 200 and sold a little over 4,000 copies first week. For a moment, she seemed to be building a dedicated fan base, but something was missing. For these reasons, things just stalled from then on. Stunt number 1, label issues and industry politics. One of the most significant hurdles in Sevyn Streeter's career was the recurring issue of label problems. Signed to Atlantic Records for much of her early career, Sevyn's projects often faced delays and insufficient promotion. The music industry is notorious for its politics, and for mid-tier artists like Sevyn, these challenges can be particularly damaging. Her debut album, Girl Disrupted, suffered from numerous delays before its eventual release in 2017. By the time the album dropped, much of the buzz she had built mainly in 2013 and 14 with earlier singles had fizzled out. Fans and critics alike speculated that Atlantic Records didn't prioritize her projects, allocating resources and marketing efforts to more established or higher profile artists. The delays not only hurt her momentum, but also diluted the impact of her releases, making it difficult to sustain a consistent presence in the industry. It didn't help that Sevyn's artistry, which leans heavily on emotional vulnerability and storytelling, required a level of strategic marketing that her label failed to deliver. Songs like Before I Do and Probably showcased her range but lacked the promotional push to reach a wider audience. In interviews, Sevyn hinted at her frustrations with the industry, including the creative limitations imposed by her label. These roadblocks likely stifled her ability to fully express herself and connect with her audience on a broader scale. Label issues are not uncommon in the music industry, but they often have a disproportionate impact on female R&B artists whose careers are frequently undervalued compared to their male counterparts. Sevyn's situation is a prime example of how these systematic issues can derail even the most promising careers. Stunt number 2, shifts in the R&B landscape. Another factor that contributed to Sevyn Streeter's stunted growth was the changing landscape of R&B music. In the mid-2010s, the genre underwent a significant transformation. Traditional R&B, which relied heavily on soulful vocals and heartfelt lyrics, was increasingly overshadowed by a more hybrid sound that blended trap, pop, and hip-hop influences. Artists like Bryson Tiller and SZA emerged with a sound that appealed to younger audiences, leaving artists like Sevyn struggling to find their place. While she did experiment with modern production and edgier lyrics, her music often retained a classic R&B essence that didn't fully align with the trends of the time. Songs like My Love for You and Fallen were undeniably strong, but they didn't have the crossover appeal that mainstream radio and playlists increasingly demanded. As a result, her music was often confined to niche R&B audiences, limiting her reach. Additionally, streaming platforms became the primary way listeners discovered music, and Sevyn's projects struggled to secure prominent placement on influential playlists. Without the backing of her label to navigate the evolving music distribution landscape, she faced an uphill battle in maintaining visibility. Her peers, who successfully adapted to the genre's changes, like her and Kehlani, garnered more attention and accolades, further sidelining Sevyn in a competitive market. The evolution of R&B wasn't inherently negative, but it demanded adaptability and consistent innovation. For Sevyn, the combination of personal artistry and external pressures created a mismatch that hindered her ability to thrive in the new era. Stunt number 3, inconsistent public image and branding. The third and perhaps most overlooked reason for Sevyn Streeter's career struggles is her inconsistent public image and branding. In an era where artists are expected to not only be musicians but also personalities, Sevyn's branding lacked the clarity and cohesion necessary to build a strong, lasting connection with fans. She often experimented with different styles and personas, which may have left audiences unsure of who she was as an artist. At times, she presented herself as the sultry, mature R&B singer, while in other moments she leaned into more playful, carefree aesthetics. While versatility can be a strength, in Sevyn's case, it seemed to confuse her narrative rather than enhance it. In contrast, artists like SZA and Summer Walker cultivated distinct, relatable personas that resonated deeply with their audiences. Social media, another crucial component of modern music marketing, was also an area where Sevyn struggled to maximize her potential. Her presence on platforms like Instagram and Twitter was consistent but didn't always align with the storytelling and emotional depth of her music. In an industry where fans crave authenticity and connection, this disconnect may have hindered her ability to cultivate a loyal and engaged fan base. Furthermore, Sevyn's collaborations with high-profile artists often overshadowed her solo efforts. While these features helped her visibility in the short term, they sometimes reinforced the perception of her as a supporting act rather than a star in her own right. This imbalance likely contributed to the difficulty she faced in carving out a unique identity in the crowded R&B landscape. All in all, Sevyn Streeter's story may not have played out as planned, but her talent remains undeniable and her contributions to music, both as a songwriter and an artist, are significant. The factors that stunted her growth, from label issues to shifting industry dynamics and branding inconsistencies, provide valuable lessons for both emerging and established artists navigating the music world. She released one album on a major label in 2017 and another in 2021 that failed to make noise, and since then she's been working to find her sound a decade later. Still, she was a dope artist that had a promising shot, but for these reasons, her growth was stunted. Salute, much respect. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth Music, and I'm out.